Hey, 2bsirius, how about some coffee? Product placement. Make you thirsty? Oh, well, product placement. How will the future affect our minds? Will we all now have a desire to buy Starbucks coffee because of this? Um, or will it be even subtler? Will Starbucks kind of do a backlay, some sort of like computer hack where the clouds and the trees suddenly, like, you get a sense of an image in them, but you can't really see it? Might be some product placement. Might be you're getting thirsty. So the future of virtual life, as we live in it more and more. I'm concerned about virtual slavery. The more people already link or allow their computers to link up to other computers, so that when you're not using them, your computer power is working on another project. Um, but what if my avatar? What if my life, my castle, my house, my business, my virtual business, all the virtual information that makes up me, that continues to work when I'm not on it, and follow my designs and pursue my goals, and then I come and manage it. Um, what if that doesn't necessarily get stolen from me? I get hacked and suddenly someone takes my online persona. What if someone copies it, takes it to the land of Wubba Wubba, and then clones it, and then there's 1,000 me's, 1,000 of my avatars there, working in their company? Is that, especially as our avatars become more and more advanced and more extensions of ourself, what are they stealing when they steal that? When they steal our lives? Because they're stealing a facade of our life. How would we know? How would we protect ourselves? And I think that as technology starts to look more like magic, there's this great book where people were able. It was actually Michael Moorcock, The End of Time, where technology was just like magic, and the only time you knew that it wasn't absolute magic is when someone needed to unprogram or unlatch their safeties so they could do something dangerous or accept something of great value, but then it would have some great risk. And then there was another book, I can't remember the name, but I remember that so much was available and so much was happening so fast, but it was just on the edge of being safe, and there were so many safeties that a lot of people's safeties almost became for them a burden. And so more and more people would leave more and more safeties off, and they'd do these kind of like catch-all safeties, like downloading their whole self. And then a year later, they'd go to reboot themselves, and they'd realize that they only made it through 2 months of that last year, that they got hacked, and they proceeded to work for somebody else. They proceeded to do other things for other people. They sold off a lot of their ideas, and everyone around them thought that was you, thought that was me. But really, they were stolen. Their life was stolen. And I find that even right now, I was twice now. It's two excellent examples of people are loyal to what they feel is their understanding of something. They'll get just enough understanding, and they'll say, "That's it. I understand enough." So I was dealing with this guy, and he was telling me his understanding as I was working him through a purchasing process. And some things went wrong, and I did some other things to circumvent what was happening that was going wrong. And then while I was doing that, this person's telling me their understanding. And I go, "Oh, no, I'm sorry, sir, that's not correct." And I explained to them the reality of the situation. And the person's like, no, I'm right." And I tried a couple more times, and the person was just adamant, even kind of laughing, chuckling at my inability to quite understand what he was explaining to me. And I'm like, okay, well, that problem that you just saw us have, and the way I circumvented it, if I'm right, then that's just how the system works. If you're right, how do you know I just didn't steal from you? Because according to your logic, what I just did actually would have prevented you from getting some financial benefit. And if it prevented you from getting financial benefit, where did that financial benefit go? And if you just watched me do it, don't you think it's likely that it went to me? And only when the guy thought that I might have stolen from him did he actually apply my mind to what I was explaining and realized he didn't know, he didn't understand. I didn't rob him. But he really needed to think that he was under a financial threat in order to give up his loyalty to that idea, the idea of what was happening, and look for the reality of what was happening. So imagine when we go to virtual reality. What the guys like that, they're going to be cloned off and working in sweatshops, electronic sweatshops all around the world. And there's a lot of people often give me full access or attempt, but sometimes they just flat out do it. Sometimes they hand me full access to their bank accounts, all their information, and any information they don't give me, I already have access to anyway. So any other than their mother's maiden name, and a lot of times they give me that too. And when I explain to people, like, oh, you do not give people your private, personal information. They're like, no, go ahead, I do it all the time. That's sweet. And I think sometimes it's especially when people are dealing with computers, they just don't want to do it. A lot of times when people are dealing with something they need to see, a lot of people will only put their glasses on if it appears there is a catastrophe about to happen. So a lot of times they figure out, they have techniques around it. A lot of times they just write out everything they might need me to know and hand it to me on a sheet of paper. And I look at the sheet of paper and I'm like, and a lot of times I have to remind them to take that back. I'm like, this is yours. This is yours. Some people will give you the keys to their city. So when there are electronic kingdoms, they will be stolen. And it'll probably be returned. The best theft of all is theft that you don't realize took place. Yeah, I think it's exciting, and I think it's dangerous. I think it's exciting because the more virtual freedom and the richer of a virtual life, the more we could do. I imagine us sending ships to other planets, and my virtual self being transmitted to there, and I'll start working my land out on another planet. My mind, perhaps, or my fully functioning Earl-endorsed avatar will go there and start breaking ground. Well, 2bsirius, fascinating concept, and yeah, it was nice. It was nice to be able to have coffee with you, and I'll see you in the tubes.